and welcome to my channel. Just to start off, don't forget to give my video a like here. So today we're going to be talking about augmented reality apps that you can find on your cell phone and such, and how they are linked to Jenkins Theories of New Media Literacies. So the 4 apps that we're going to be talking about today, or 5 apps I guess, that we're going to be talking about today includes Pokemon Go, Zombies Run, Geocaching, Ink Hunters, and as well as like Apple Measure. So let's get started. Alright, just a little disclaimer piece. All the apps that I'm going to be talking about today, as well as Jenkins' paper with all his media literacies that I'm talking about today, will be linked below. So you can just click on that, and as well as if you have any questions about any of the apps that I've been using, feel free to comment, or I will try to link any videos that better to explain those apps for you to click on and go and watch. So let's get this started. So for Pokemon Go, some of the Jenkins terminologies of new media literacies that I found in the game that apply. One is the most obvious is play, as you use the surroundings within your household or your community to collect Pokemon essentially, and to participate in raids and battles in the gyms, and to access Pokestops. So for me, the laziest way that I could do it is, if you're noticing in the video, sometimes my character is moving around. So I noticed that I would be able to reach a Pokestop from the comforts of my own home without leaving. Mostly if I was in my living room laying on the couch, or in my dining room like I am in this video when you see me flip it, I'm able to reach the Pokestop that's down and around the corner from my house. But if I was 10 feet further from it, in my bedroom, laying in my bed playing this game as lazy as humanly possible with trying to catch some Pokemon, I was unable to reach the Pokestop. One of the other terminologies that Jenkins states is simulation. So the game uses real structures within the community to host Pokestops, as well as gyms for players to connect with one another. So like I said before, like the Pokestops are connected to real life objects, such as the post office in my community, or the lion's den around the corner from my house. So it uses like actual architecture within your community to build or use those Pokestops. Another one that of Jenkins terminologies is multitasking. Obviously, when you log on to the game, the screen pops up to remind you to watch out for your settings while playing this game. This is particularly useful when you're walking around to catch specific Pokemon that might be out of reach, or if you aren't trying to stay in one spot. So if you're walking around like looking at your screen, you have to be aware of your surroundings still, because something could still go very wrong. This also accounts for, like I said, when you're using the AR function on the screen and scanning to find the creatures. If you are laying in bed and trying to play this game as lazy as possible, you don't really have to worry so much about, multitasking, because you're not really moving. And last but not least, Transmedia Navigation. So one aspect of the game has a professor that calls you up and tells you what your next mission is. So if you choose to follow along with the storyline of the app, that's, following the storyline in, as well as you can log online and see, how other players, achieved those levels or passed those missions and such like that. However, again, if you're too lazy to do that and you're just in it to catch the Pokemon, then, well, you don't have to worry about that. So one thing that I did forget to mention that I'm just adding in now would be like how to essentially play this game as lazily as human possible. Would be one way to collect extra Pokemon is to be the passenger in a vehicle, because don't text and drive. So essentially when you are playing the game, if you're in the vehicle trying to catch Pokemon, a little blurb pops up saying that you're going too fast, and then it says that you can say that you're a passenger, so which I think is pretty cool for Pokemon Go to have. Another way to be as lazy as human possible and to break the game and cheat at it would be what my partner Susan did in this assignment, would be to hatch eggs. Essentially, you have to keep moving. what she suggested is like tying your phone to your dog and having your dog do hot laps in the yard, and thus the movement would help hatch the eggs, which I did not think of, and I think is absolutely brilliant. So props to Susan on that one.
Alright, so the next app that I'm about to talk about is called Zombies Run. So I'm going to do another voiceover to explain the game and how it relates to Jenkins' media literacies.
So for this application, you have different missions. So here you see I have a lost child mission. If you go to your run log, so you see here that it shows you when I did my runs and such and how long I did them for. In total, I've done 8 runs for an hour and, excuse my Snapchat, hour and 20 minutes. Average pace is like 10 minutes-ish. So anyway, so then you log in and you can see the distance. So this is from my friend's house from up the street. And as you go down, you see that, you know, for this one, I collected tinned food, I collected a bottle of water, and I collected some batteries for this particular run. So like I said, you know, collect stuff as you're running. So the whole story, it can take into consideration your surroundings. So you can set it so you want to run, say, 5 kilometers. Or and it will tell you like when to turn and when to run and when all the zombies are coming like for you. So within that, with Jenkins terminologies, obviously another aspect like Pokemon Go is play. So the application has the ability to take into consideration your surroundings and incorporate those into the games while you're playing it to make it more realistic. So you have the sounds of the zombies right behind you, and all of a sudden your voice tells you, you know, when to duck or when to like turn left or turn right or when to pick up your speed or when you can walk. Another one of Jenkins's terminologies is performance. So this is seen if playing within the game and listening to the instructions you are given by those at the base camp and make sure you outrun the zombies. So again, within the application, it records how fast you're running or how slow you're running, or within green, red, and blue, like yellow, all that kind of stuff. And last but not least, is simulation. So this game uses the concepts of survival during a zombie apocalypse as well as the basis of the game. With that being said, it allows you to collect items such as phones and toolboxes that you would actually need in order to survive. So again, this is, you know, taking into consideration if we were in the middle of an actual zombie apocalypse, what would we need to survive? Again, with this game, similar to Pokemon Go, because like I said before, with AR, it takes like this, both applications take into consideration your whereabouts to be able to play the game essentially. The difference between these two is Pokemon Go, you use the AR within your screen to catch the Pokemon, and so Zombies Run, it's all based off of, you know, your...
Alright, so the last major app that I used that I wanted to compare the other two to was geocaching. So it was determined that geocaching does not qualify as AR, which I will talk about in my little voiceover. But I wanted to use it and see the similarities between this application to Pokemon Go and Zombies Run and kind of just compare them and see why geocaching doesn't count as AR. So, enjoy.
So like I stated, geocaching does not count as augmented reality due to the fact that it doesn't use virtual aspects within a device to project it into the real world like Pokemon Go was doing with being able to catch Pokemon. With that being said, geocaching does use your location to be able to connect you to different geocaches that you can go and find. So that being said, some of Jenkins' terminologies that apply to geocaching, which is which again link to the Pokemon Go and the Zombies Run, include play. Once again, you use the clues in your geocache screen to be able to navigate through obstacles such as like off the beaten path of the trees and long grass and fence bottoms, which you'll see me doing in one of my videos there that I'm going to add. And being able to find the geocache that is not always so easily spotted. So my first one I had to go and find was way off the trail and in the woods against an old tree that I had to dig through the grass to go get. Another one of the terminologies that apply is multitasking. So you are continuously surveying your surroundings while using the clues on the app to try to find where the geocache is. Many times the clues are riddles, so you have to be able to decipher them, which sometimes is a pain in the bum, not gonna lie. Again, you use the map, which tells you how far with plus or minus 5 meters on it to be able to find the geocache, as well as, like I said, the riddles or the clues, or sometimes with other people that have, found it, they put a little clue look here or something like that. And lastly, distributing cognition as well as collective intelligence. So using your knowledge of the trees, the flowers, and other natural resources are needed to help find the geocaches most of the time, because they say it's in a pine tree or against an old oak tree. So you have to be able to know what those objects are to be able to find them. And if you don't know this, it'll definitely make it harder for you, which is definitely true, because there were some things that I had to Google to be able to know what the plant looked like to be able to find the geocache.
And finally, I wanted to compare two other applications, AR applications, to my overall, just to get a better feel of what augmented reality really is. So I downloaded Ink Hunter, as well as I had Apple Measure on my phone. So I just wanted to mess around with it and just see what other types of augmented reality apps are out there and what they do that's different from the other three that I used. So.
All right, so finally with both these applications, I'm just going to say this now, that you don't really use them for a long time because they can be easily become boring. Ink Hunter allows you to display different tattoos on your body once you draw a little smiley face on the part of your body that you want the tattoo. So that's incorporating play, again, the other applications that I've used, that allows you to experiment with different tattoos all over your body with simply drawing just a smiley face on the skin to activate the AR function. Other than that, Ink Hunter doesn't really use any other Jenkins terminologies within the app. Now for iPhone Measure, that one, again, takes you not even 10 seconds to use. You just, scan across a surface that you want to measure, and that's about it. So I would not say that there's a lot of, Jenkins terminologies that associate with that. However, the application is used as AR.
To wrap up this vlog up, I'm just going to do a quick little read over of what my partner Susan said about my time using these AR applications. So she said that I did in fact meet all the requirements for the assignment and have used all the apps over multiple time frames and locations. That I clearly stated and listed the apps that I was using. She said that, I use a good choice of applications, that it ranged from games to things that you measure. And she found that my choices were very appealing and wanted to try some of them out. So, she said that, yeah, there are very clearly AR apps other than Geocache, but I already stated that that wasn't. And they manipulate real-world environment through the smartphone screen and use location to coordinates within the game. So when the question is there ample evidence communicating to the student to use the apps for at least 6 hours? And I sent her so many videos. I had to send it in a Google file, doc, because it was so big I couldn't add it to my paper for her to watch them all. She said, is there evidence of creative attempts to challenge or break some of the apps? She said yes, because I tried to hit some of the Pokestops from the comforts of my own home when applicable. And the best, most interesting thing that she found about my assignment was she really found that Geocache was interesting as similar to scavenger hunt, but using your own coordinates. So she really liked that. And one thing that she said that I did have to improve on, which I feel like I did throughout the video, is she wanted me to add a little bit more detail about the challenges, how I challenged Geocache and Zombie Run. So to answer that question, Geocache, I couldn't really challenge that because it's very, very like set in stone, like straightforward in how you use the application. However, with Zombie Run, like I said, you could literally just sit there and just listen to the story and it'll still run through everything without, you know, having to move, and it's not, you know, generated through movement and such. So thank you, Susan, for your feedback. I love it. That's going to conclude this video. So like I said at the very beginning, give this video a like, leave a comment below. You know, what did you think of my video? How should I improve if I decide to make another vlog? You know, ask any questions and hopefully I can answer them. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It's my first one and it's been a struggle, but I really enjoyed doing it. So thank you everybody, and I'll talk to you later.